live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Warp Out Wednesday, the show that was meant to be its own little thing where we bring on the community and we talk about that. But apparently, Trash Talk Tuesday started up again, so now we're gonna play second fiddle.
Hey, batter fiddle?
So yeah, we got a returning guest and then two new ones. We've got Rhea and Danny Dronelands, who doesn't really like the Imperium. And then Rhea, who apparently just got a promotion.
I did. I am now an alliance director because I'm the last. It's more of like looking around, going, "Who's left?" That was me.
Also, hi Corian, I'm sorry, but you are free to have the opinion that the Navy Moros is disgusting. That opinion is wrong, but you can still have it.
No, he's not wrong that the Navy Moros is disgusting in that it is like, from the bonuses it talked about, it sounded pretty fucking hot. So I was like, hell yeah.
It's wrong in all the right ways.
Mm-hmm. What's your show called? I guess I can figure this out.
Warp Out Wednesdays.
Warp Out Wednesdays.
No one cares about that.
Emotional damage.
Oh.
It's funny. There's actually a redeem for that is basically emotional damage, but I don't think I have that enabled because there's a certain person who would spam it.
Emotional damage. I got it, dude. You know what's funny is we before pre-show we were talking about it. Like, I've been an affiliate on Twitch for like 3 weeks now, and I still haven't set up any of my shit. I've been so goddamn lazy, and I get yelled at for it.
Well, Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not like INN. I don't have like producers behind the scenes who can.
You act like I have producers. Well, actually, I guess I do. Technically, like, we have people that like run the print, and we have people who run the website, and people who run the like the Twitch stuff for sure. So I don't have to worry about any of that. But
I run everything. I run everything. I am like Kurama. I run everything. It's fun, isn't it, Kurama?
Yeah, it's great. Also, holy shit, we just jumped up in viewership. I don't know who pinked, but thank you.
That would be moi, because I told you I'm an attention whore. I like attention. So I said, if you want to watch me talk about rocks or something, like, come here.
Ooh, shooting rocks. Ooh, I'll do it for you too.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say, let's get on to the topics. But you know what? If you want to talk about rocks, and I mean, you missed it.
No, I'm.
They were having a great conversation.
Hi, Kermit. Hi, Ragnar. So, what is the topic? What are we supposed to be talking about today?
I was thinking we talk about the changes and how everyone's feeling on them.
Which ones? I will tell you the stations look hot as fuck, but it is so laggy.
Ooh, they are hot as fuck. I will agree with you on that one.
But it is like, it is being a bitch.
The new stations very much are quite legit.
I have heard a little bit of bitching about the sounds and stuff, but I don't know. It's still sexy. There's no spinning in stations. There's undock, cancel undock. So you just spin around in a circle. So at least you have some form of fun.
Well, my struggle is like, why is this giant banner come up be like jockeying? Like, I know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Tell me that I'm jockeying. But okay, whatever.
When I saw that, I got a. I don't know. It reminded me, and I'm just like, am I playing like Star Citizen or some other game? Like, it just didn't feel like Eve. It was like, wow, this came out of nowhere.
I kind of like it. I was talking with Opus, who runs Eve Onion today, like in the morning while he was, probably ignoring work. Oh God, yes, I'm always lost. Reese, you're an asshole. I was talking with Opus this morning while I was at work, and he was just like, it's kind of annoying the sounds and the banners, but probably now that that banner shows up, you're actually docking instead of like confused if you're docking, like if you're still getting shot at.
Did I hit it? Am I going? Is it accepted? I get it, but it's the only other thing is like I can't spin a Rorqual now. I can just wobble it like a drunk bastard, which I find odd. So, other than that like it looks good. I'm having some like lag issues where I'm not switching ships as fast as before. I'm not. The skins aren't changing as quickly. So there's all these like little things where it's like it's just taking a little bit longer. And I was watching Rampage last night, and Brisk was talking about that, like you can't make anything. Notice a be ever level updated. So I don't know if other people are experiencing things taking a little bit longer than before, but it's been a struggle.
I don't know. I officially still have not docked up in a Upwell structure yet, even though I own one.
Looks pretty hot. Keepstar looks good.
I know it's sexy, and I really want to dock up in mine, but I want points to save up for when trig ships finally get their alliance logos. So,
I'm actually, I don't know why my brain keeps thinking that each of the home systems in Poshman have their own Keepstar. I don't know why, but I feel like they should.
You're talking to the person that wish they owned a Keepstar on the gate grid in Pochman just to be like DD.
The DD is like nothing. You can't DD subcaps anymore.
I know, but it'd be great against Marauders.
Well, you see, Dawn, you know why it's taking too long. It's because, CCP, they just wanted to nerf goons, And I mean, I don't blame them, goons just need to be nerfed. I mean, you can't nerf them too bad. They did lose the war.
Yep, sounds about right.
Okay, thank you, Danny. Your input is...
Danny McCurch.
Listen, I'm just saying, maybe goons should just, delete them. Just CCP, delete them from the game, okay? No one wants them. Pappy for life. That's just how it is.
What is Pappy even doing right
now? Doing better than goons.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What do you mean doing better than goons? Like how?
In every way. I mean, hell, we're mining, we're ratting, we're doing everything, all right? We're constantly going out there, we're kicking ass. We kicked you guys out of the southeast. We saved Constantine. We're great, all right? They say, my favorite joke, right, is why did the Imperium cross the road? It was to get away from Pappy, because that's how badass we are. Hell yeah.
Why did Pandemic Horde adopt the Ishtar Doctrine in Pochman? Because it's cheap and it's fucking broken. And
yeah.
I'm happy it was fixed.
Because Horde number 1.
They're little bitches.
Alright, listen.
Oh, that's right. What did the Ishtar get changed to? Like,
you're just mad because
did all the hacks
Pappy's
get
better.
across it, or did
every hack got nerfed. They can only target lock without boosts and sacrificing their fit to Ishtar is what, 55 or is it 60 kilometers? So you can't drop wardens and be a dickhead in a Stellar Observatory flashpoint anymore, which is better for trigs to fuck horde fleets, which is great. More investment.
You okay.
I'm sorry.
So you do know how
like,
you know how drones work, right?
No, I know how drones work. But it's still the target locking range for the first input.
Okay, so if let's say you had a bunch of, as long as the drones stay within their range to the target, you can go up to like 490 kilometers away,
I
and the
know.
drones will keep shooting. Which
But-
is
but-
fantastic. It's a lot of fun.
But what's a lot of fun is these things called smart bombing megas that just jump right into the center of those drones and delete them all from the grid, and then they get deleted.
It is fun. How many bubbles do I have?
Someone in chat asked, "Is this some kind of parody of an Eve show?" I mean,
Yes, it's a parody of an Eve show.
Yeah, I mean it is, but
isn't every Eve show?
I feel like
parody?
Eve shows in general are parodies of
Yeah,
themselves.
that's
But
how I feel.
so we've got. I haven't seen any of the faction cruisers yet. Can anyone build any of them yet? Or are we still waiting for like faction points to start rolling in to be able to buy them?
So from what I know, you can take them to essentially any station. You can trade them in, supposedly.
What do you mean trade them in?
So like with,
I don't do faction warfare, so someone's gonna have to like baby
But
it
with
for me.
Navy ships, right? What you can do is you've got the LP, and you can either take them the ship and just trade the ship, pay some LP, and it'll be given to you as a faction variant, or you can get the blueprint.
So you could make a bunch of catalysts, turn them into a faction place if you have the LP, and get a bunch of Navy catalysts.
The
Yes.
difference is now though is that you get a discount for getting the BPC and actually building the ship, unlike before where you could just trade them in. It's the LP cost difference for building compared to trading in, because of they decided to give people the benefit of the doubt that building takes time and minerals, so they made them cheaper than just trading in a ship. So it changes the dynamic where people will probably be building them instead of just trading in ships.
Okay. But if you don't want to deal with that bullshit, you can just turn in the ship and the LP, and it just works. There's no other little pieces that you need to have with it. It's just LP and ship. Because I know
it's LP and ship.
Like when I wanted to get my Caldari missile launchers, I had to do like the missile launcher and like a couple small items that were available in Jita, so it wasn't hard. But
No, they actually gave a LP point reduction for people who are actually getting the BPC instead of doing the trade-in. So I think it's actually cheaper for people who want to build their ships than people who want to just do the trade-in. LP wise, by a great degree, I want to say it's like a fuck ton cheaper.
And has anyone been doing the faction warfare to like in chat or anything that to say like, is it fun? Do we know yet?
I was asking how goes the spreadsheet game. It's still spreadsheets.
It's still spreadsheets in space. From what I know, just from Monday night to Tuesday, there was a 4,000 some odd % increase at the same time point of people playing. So I guess a lot of people are excited about faction warfare.
It's not necessarily that. They had, and if you haven't gotten it, get it. Everyone can get 7 days Omega for free.
Yep. Yeah.
So that was a big one, and that's pretty hot. Because like, I've been trying to introduce like some new people to the game, so I'm like, hey, you could get Omega for free. And all of us grabbed it. We're like, fuck yeah, 3 days, I'll take it. Put it on all my alts and everything. But but I will say Monday night was 19,000 for deep USTZ. So which has lately only been like 13. So seeing 6,000 extra people was, roughly 6,000 was pretty good. I was very excited.
Yeah, I just want to throw out there, 5,000 of that was Pappy. Pappy represent.
You're not even in Pappy.
Oh, excuse me. I'm Danny Dronelands. Of course I'm in fucking Pappy. Why would I be not called Danny Dronelands if I wasn't in Pappy? All right. And plus, why would I not be in the greatest mega coalition in the entire game? Like, honestly.
I just want to know who they have to fight in the future.
How many bots are you running, and why are you still calling yourself Pappy? Test Alliance, please ignore, does not exist.
That's true. They are dead.
Test was never Pappy. All right, Pappy was one thing. It was fucking Pan Fan.
So it wasn't Pappy,
Oh.
it was Poppy. Oi, Poppy.
Oi, Poppy.
I'm just gonna.
You see, Poppy.
Yeah.
if you haven't noticed, Sabbat and I are both drinking, so we're having a great time.
I love my scotch.
That's fine. Danny is always this way. You should try liquor.
Oh. I don't know what to say.
Weird.
I don't know what to say to that one. I mean, you're talking to the person that gets like blackout drunk and flies a Marshall in a pocket bin that is unfit. So I don't know if you're that intense, bro. Sorry.
Danny can't be that intense because he actually just forgot to mute himself on stream. To unmute himself.
I want some money.
Listen, to the stream, I'm sorry. Danny's kind of new at this, at running the stream and trying to manage.
Trying to be on a show.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Listen, I know what I'm doing. Maybe you don't.
Are you literally just like switching microphones? Is that what's happening right now?
Listen, the left half of my brain that is Danny has one microphone, and the other half, like half that's not.
You're literally doing two people like a psychopath. I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
Wrongs are
Danny,
clear.
I couldn't let Brisk have all the fun with, Fountain of Frank, and I wanted to get in.
Oh,
like
okay.
I couldn't.
Yeah, but he doesn't talk to Fountain Frank. It's like, here's Fountain Frank, he's got his segment, and then Brisk.
But you see, that's what makes Danny so much more
even me wouldn't do that, and I do stupid shit on my stream. Like, come on.
Is there background music playing?
I think it's music.
Why turn it off?
He
doesn't have sound.
That's true.
Wait, Eve has sound?
That's what people keep trying to tell me. I watched somebody do the tutorial last night, and there was a lot of noises happening, and I was just like, A, nostalgic, and B, I was like, oh my god, can we turn these off soon? But I don't need to hear Aura being like, docking accepted.
I mean, it is a little bit sexy when you have a lady tell you docking is accepted.
The voice before hers was much hotter.
But it still drives me fucking up the wall listening to all the pings and bings and all the bullshit going on in Eve. I love the Eve soundtrack, don't get me wrong. That shit is fucking primo, but the rest of Eve can die in a fucking fire.
Okay, hopefully
for sound effects.
That on the recording. I mean, I've been listening to the stream via like my headphones or via my so this is the kind of scuffed setup I have. All right, I've got like my main like studio mic recording on one PC, and then I've got my index that is literally acting as a way so that I can monitor the stream and all the sound, and also through Danny.
Oh, we'll get there.
I look fucking ridiculous right now.
You look ridiculous?
Yes.
I mean, if I wanted to, I could plug in my old PC, but then I'd be sacrificing a monitor, and it's like, when I am playing Eve, I like to have,
Oh, that's one thing that was funny. Like, someone asked me, how many counts, like, I was telling my friend about Eve last night. He's like, how many counts do you run? I'm like, I run 3 on average. He's like, really? How much money is that? I'm like, probably averages to about $360 a year with the,
discounts,
benefits, right? He was like, what the fuck? I would never pay that much for gaming. Like, listen.
How many games do you buy a year is the biggest question. And when they're like, oh, I buy like 4 PS4 games a year, and you're like, yes, I just paid for that with my gaming, time played.
Yeah. Well, the problem is I still buy games. Not many. I have bought a couple though.
That's my big dilemma until I get Eve partner for the Triglavian Times. Like I was getting harassed by my alliance executor that like, oh, I was gonna put my Dread alt on the same account, and he's like, you better not, and I'm like, fuck you. He's like, you better not. I'm like, well, make sure I get Eve partner, and then maybe I'll I'll run another account so CCP pays for my account, and I'll pay for another account because I'm trying to save as much money as I can.
I'm pretty sure NC would just straight up kick me if I did that.
Did what?
Oh yeah, the getting partner for well, it's Opus Magnus. I mean, he runs a Satire Eve website. I mean, he understands it. He also has like 20 something accounts because he runs he runs ISK farms, so he can pay people from Eve Onion.
I just love Hycorian in chat. Not having a dedicated cap alt sounds like a nullsec player.
You have to understand, I'm a Pokemon player, and I've always been a one player account player.
Ew, I didn't count.
Yeah, I mean, my original character was from 2006.
Oh, so you're like an Eve boomer.
I am an Eve boomer. I'm an old timer, man.
Then again, I can't really talk much. I started playing in 2012.
I started playing in 2016 in August. I remember the whole like process, right? It was probably early August. I was like playing Dota heavily, but it had been a couple years. So I was like, I need something else, right? And I'm like, I want to play some sort of MMO, but I didn't want to play WoW because I'd already tried WoW like 2 different times, and I hate the art style. There's just so much about it that I'm like, oh.
It's
I'm
so
sure
childish.
I'm sure once you get past like a certain point, it's fun. But for me, I just was like, I don't give a shit. It doesn't look good and it's not fun for me. Everybody else have their own opinion. Enjoy yourselves. Do your thing.
Yeah.
But
do your thing.
I was like, I need something else. So I started like looking up top 10 MMOs, looking through them, going, no, that doesn't fit me. That doesn't sound right. And then like Eve was always on the list. And so then I remember I was talking with some of my Dota peeps at like, we were outside of a building, like hanging out, like while they were smoking like a smoke break in between playing some games. And I asked them about Eve, and they're like, "Oh, you would hate it. You would not like Eve at all. It is really hard. It's really spreadsheet intensive. Blah blah blah." Everybody I talked to said I would hate Eve, and I was like, okay, but like I was like, well, I'll try. I can try it out. If this was before Alpha came out, so I could try it out for like a week for free. So I was like, I'll try it out and see how it goes. And I said, well, I could buy a month. And I did watch a lot of pre-videos just explaining like get into a court, meet people. And if I hadn't watched those, I probably would have struggled more. But I'm a social butterfly, so.
Well, I mean, John, you charm everyone. You also yell at everyone, which is also great.
I do not charm everybody. You either love me or you hate me, and a lot of people do not like me.
That's why I said you either charm them or they hate you.
Hey, Sabbat, you might be able to post that link now.
Ooh.
I just modded you for a second while you could do that.
I just wanted to do this. Maybe get a couple more views on my shitty fucking podcast I run. No, Don, I agree with you on that one. I mean, I'm coming from I played World of Warcraft like really hardcore from like 2006 to 2010, and then I sporadically played Eve between them. There, like, I got talked into it playing a tabletop board game against someone, like a dude that was like in his like
were talking me out of the game, and people were talking other people in. They were like, "Oh yeah, I was being talked into it by like a 40-year-old dude
who I was playing a tabletop board game against. And he was like, dude, you gotta play this game. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And that was with the 1 month. That was when there was the 1 month free.
Right,
and
yeah,
the 1
I had
month
that
free.
too.
Yeah, the 1 month free was like you get through all the skill training to be maxed out to skill train. By the time you're done with it, like everyone was told, like you need to train all these skills first, so you
The
like
learning
max
skills
out
or
skill
whatever.
training. Yeah, it was all the learning skills, and I got a couple of friends I conned a couple of friends to start playing, and they all quit. Went back to WoW like usual, and then a year later, I was like, dude, I kind of want to play Eve. Like, I really liked it when I was playing it, and that was when I realized all of the. That was when Eve still had what empire you choose determined what starting stats you had.
When it actually mattered, not just how
Yeah,
you look.
yeah, yep. So like, I switched to Galente from Minmatar because I was like, it worked better for what I was focused on. And then I played off and on in between there, and then it was like the 15th time that like my friends were like, "Oh, come play WoW with us," and they all like just literally ignored me because they never quit playing WoW, and I was like, "Yeah, you guys can go get fucked." Like, I'm done. I'm gonna play WoW. I'm gonna play Eve. Like, I don't give a fuck about you kids playing WoW anymore.
This is it. WoW has just never been right for me. You think it would be, but every time I've played it, I've gotten bored after 5 minutes. I don't like how just some of it is. I was
I normally get
alone. It was
I
very
normally
hard
get
to group with people for me, so I just said fuck it.
I normally get bored after like a month. And it's more because like of the grinding, and it's like Eve has just always been my happy place. Like, Eve is the superior MMO game.
And I'm not even a spaceship person. I would have more fun if this was like in colonial times or something, right? Spaceships are cool. I think they're fun, but it's not. I don't care about the setting. We'll just say that. I have fun with games that require or encourage group gaming. I like playing with other people.
So Dawn, can I recruit you into the CK3 group?
The what?
Crusader Kings 3?
I don't have Crusader Kings 3. If someone could teach me how to play Crusader Kings 2, I'd be very excited. But no one has volunteered that yet.
See, I feel that because I tried to play, Hearts of Iron, and I couldn't.
You mean Redline wouldn't help you? What a bitch.
So I'm kind of curious about this whole Pockman mining thing. I know that it has.
No.
Nope. No one mined Pockman. It is like the shittiest mining experience ever.
Well,
I mean, it is.
About, like,
it's not easy. No.
It isn't easy. It is not easy.
It is dangerous. It is. You have to have a group of you, and obviously you need to have some way to get the stuff out. Just like any problems you'll have with a wormhole, right? The problem is it's not just one wormhole. You've got wormholes in some of the systems, plus the gates, plus like no local, and then I know people can't like sign onto you, but still, it's easy. People can filament into the system you're in, so it's not quite signoing, but it's pretty dang close.
It is. Pockman mining is, if you can't compress it, get ready for like. If you mine for a day, get ready for like 40 miasmos trips out of the wormhole. It is fucking crazy because the M3 amounts for Pockman ore is obscene. Like, it is the worst in the game.
It is very chunky monkey.
Ooh, they're very chunky monkey.
I will say, and like CCP has been kind of doing better throughout this year, so let's give them some snaps because they have been doing better than last year. It was a low bar, but they have cleared it. Adding in the compression for Moongoo was amazing. adding in like the faction ships and changing faction warfare. So far, so good. Like I feel like they're starting to like hit some of the things that we want, and I think some of the changes they make are gonna make Poshvin better, make Nullsec better. So we'll just see how things go. Really.
Yeah, and I'm still I don't know if the what was it, not the loyalty, what's that system where they made it to where you don't have to be in faction warfare to fight? What's that called?
I mean, you don't have to be
Heraldry?
in faction warfare to
Heraldry.
fight.
It's the heraldry stuff, so you
No,
can
it's
get your
Yeah,
like.
it's like you
yeah.
can sort of declare like your support.
No, that's your allegiance. It's not out yet. It won't be out until probably end of Q1.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's cool. Like, it's cool that they're doing all that stuff, but I like still part of me is just like, you should have shipped to this with allegiance. Like, it would have been so much better. Like, it's good, and it's good to see that they're doing stuff. Which actually, let's jump right into the devlog, which I don't have a way to bring it up, so I'm just gonna read it. So, new Frontlines feature in Faction Warfare is now also live, drawing pilots closer to the borders of their opponents and pressing new rewarding challenges that focus capsular efforts towards key emerging conflicts of Empire history will be written. Systems of Faction Warfare can have different operational states, which are designated as the follows. Frontline, adjacent to an enemy-controlled star system, the absolute heart of the battle, and the highest level of reward. Command operations, adjacent to the frontline systems, vital for strategic supremacy, with standard rewards, and real guard, when none of the above apply, a relative safe zone in the maelstrom. The operational state of the faction warfare system will determine its properties such as specific system effects, spawning size, loyalty point rewards, victory point gains. For example, any LP gains for activities in the frontline system is subject to a 50% increase in rewards. Command operation systems will contain standard LP rewards and specific command operation sites, which are potentially less dangerous than frontline systems. And yeah, that's a lot.
There were words in there. You were very quiet, but I assume they were good words.
Basically,
Thumbs up.
talking about all the various different systems.
Well, I hope people. I know I have seen some people be like, "I'm making faction warfare alts," and so I hope they have a great time with it and enjoy themselves. I hope it, as I said, like there's a lot of things this week that seem to be increasing the numbers overall, which is good. We'll see how after the free week the numbers settle out. I think it's a good. I think it was a very good marketing idea to go ahead and put the free week with the faction warfare changes to be like, hey, come try it out at no cost to you, and
that is pretty cool.
Like it makes sense. And usually, if you can get people to stay for a week to 2 weeks, you have a very high chance of them just staying to play.
So, do we think that there's going to be like an emergence of, I don't want to say faction warfare power blocks, but do we think that might happen?
I mean, I don't know how that'll happen. What's the benefit for controlling?
I don't know. I can just see like basically what happened with nullsec, a bunch of like small little high sec power blocks forming and making it just their land.
I mean, people are weird, so you never know. Like,
yeah, that is true. Also, I don't know why I'm so quiet. This is so weird.
You are kind of
well,
quiet.
it sounds like the volume's being picked up by like your webcam instead of your actual microphone.
Well,
Except
no,
when you go to like Danny, it works just fine.
Well, it's because Danny is on a headset where the microphone is literally right above me.
So put the microphone in your mouth.
I don't think I can get that. As long as people get the words that I am saying. That is the key point. Yeah, I'm super excited.
I am very positive. Like right now on a Wednesday night, which basically how Eve player numbers go is Friday night starts the rise. And it becomes like kind of like a bell curve / like wave where Friday night starts to go up. Saturday's bigger. Sunday's typically the highest day just because of the EU, timeline with AUSTZ. And then it starts going down, and Thursday night's the lowest night of the week. So obviously Wednesday night's second lowest. And there's 16,000 people on at 10 o'clock, which is deep USTZ. Last week and the week before, it would have been 12. So the fact that we have already 3 to 4 to 5,000 more players on is good. I have seen, this was shocking, and I'm probably going to talk about it tomorrow. PAX X, who is if you lived in Delve, you understand. PAX X lives in Delve as a little small gang PvPer. He streams typically, and he only just like hunts and Delve. That's all he does. He likes to pick fights with people. Him and a couple other characters live out there, and he like had a little hissy fit and just like quit the game last year. Was like, I'm done with Eve or whatever, and he was back yesterday.
That's good. And
he was running around trying to kill people, so other people were on trying to kill him, and some of his friends. Like it was fun to watch the ecosystem start doing what it's supposed to do. You get people in space, it encourages others to be in space to come and kill them or protect them or whatever. And it's been I don't know if all these recent changes are what are prompting it, or it's just like the natural, like, I guess the summer slump is finally over in November, but
that's good.
It's been good. I don't know if you guys have seen the uptick in your spaces that you're in, but I have.
I mean, I've definitely seen a bit of an uptick, especially in my corp. I mean, granted, my corp leader is going off and doing stuff that we don't know where he is. We just know he kind of dropped off the map somewhere in the wilderness. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure he's fine. Actually, no, not our alliance leader. Our corp leader. Fuck, no, I said that. God damn it. My brain.
Where is that thing?
So Don, I have to ask, how's Goons these days? I know Danny doesn't really give a shit about Goons.
How is Goons? I mean, overall things are good. As I said, we're promoting people to the Alliance Directorate that are going to be active, try and fill in some of those holes. Just the transition between some people who are kind of like they've been doing it for a long time and ready to take a break, people leaving just because like the game's just not engaging them anymore, and getting new, fresher blood in. And it's not even that they're newer players; it's more just like they've never been in a position of power before. This is but they're active. They clearly haven't fucked the Alliance over yet. Like, checking some of those boxes, give them that chance to step up and fill in the holes that people have. People are out ratting. People are out. No, Delve is empty.
Actually, yeah, Delve is empty.
No, your guys are allowed to come and like attack Delve only because it gives our defense fleets things to do, so it's perfectly fine. It gives the people who like to do little small gang pew 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 things to do.
You always got to give the small gang something to do.
Yeah, I mean honestly, that's like the daily stuff. It keeps the miners paying attention. It keeps the people who are valuable to the war slightly engaged in the middle between wars. Things are not perfect, obviously. Like, everyone's got their problems to deal with, but I feel like we're getting into a rhythm. That could change in a day. Who knows? Shit likes to happen, but we're all trying to be positive and just have a good time with everybody. I encourage you to come hang out in Delve and say hi, friend or foe.
No, I don't recommend that. We have tried to go into Delve and we've been persona non grata, so no, what? I don't recommend it.
No, it's fun.
Oh yeah, it's very fun when you guys get like, it's okay. It's not as oppressive as frat space, but it still is like the fuck, gotta get out.
Let's talk here. Let's fucking talk. So you want to talk about the difference between frat and Delve space? All right. So Delve space, you're gonna get a flycatcher fleet coming to attack you. That's what's gonna happen. Or if you attack a super, you're gonna get facts and some supers dropped on you. There you go. That's what you're gonna get. Frat space, you get like 15 Vargers showing up, plus Titans and supers to kill you.
we had a 50-man fleet chasing us out of frat space until our cooldown timer ended because we may or may not have killed multiple frat botters ratting in Pochman space. I will call them botters because they never attacked us once, and I killed a Hyperion with my Hecate, so I know they were botters, but we got chased for like 14, 15 jumps before we could yeet the fuck out of frat space. There is a difference. We literally got right next to 1DQ. Because we weren't attacking random shit.
No, I mean the thing is, people underestimate what we consider a threat. A small gang running around is not a threat to anything of actual substance. You kill an Ishtar or a Myrmidon, oh no, whatever,
no.
Right? You're not gonna kill 10 people in cruisers is not going to kill a super unless it's AFK. It's just not gonna happen, right? So the immediate oh my god response isn't there. That's just how we roll because we're like,
Don, how many billions of IS do I need to give you to just leave your roar to go so I can solo it in like a frigate?
How
much IS do I have to give you? I mean, you will mine probably more than the worth of like what I might do damage wise. You could probably refit it.
My Rifle has a lot of personal sentimental value because it's the first Rorqual I ever bought, and it still hasn't died yet. Knock on wood. That could change.
If I promise you
5 years.
If I promise you a rare Sabbat Saint corpse, which most people don't have, would you be willing to do it?
No.
But I literally fly.
What is your dirty dead body gonna do for me?
Oh no, my dirty dead body, like literally when I die, I hop into a ship and I literally fly back to where I lost and I blow it up if someone hasn't caught it, or I chase down the person that I think caught it and kill them.
Hycorian, I don't know what your deal is, but when I say, if you didn't listen to what I said, 10 cruisers are of no concern to me. 99% of the time, because they can't Sino, right? Now, if we see a prospect running around, or a Loki, or a Pilgrim, or a Falcon, or something like that, that's a different conversation and a different story.
So when there's a Blops fleet out of Pochman onto you, you're gonna get nervous?
No. What are you gonna do? Nothing. A, my Rorqual could kill one of you guys, and B, I'll just be like, hello, supers. I can ping the entire alliance now, so.
Kurama, so do you want to kill Dawn today?
Line up! Line.
You know.
I just gotta say, get in line, because Joey Zam's already got me high on his list to try and kill, and so does the 5 supers. So we had, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, 5 nano supers drop on somebody to try and kill them. So there's 5, neutral, logged out in space supers, probably more, in Delve. We constantly play with the idea that there is a dread bomb literally 30 seconds away.
Sabbat, I invaded Delve once. I don't need to do it again.
I probably wouldn't attack Dawn mainly because she has the same genetic heritage as me, so I probably would struggle. I'd probably be like, it's fucking Dawn, and I'd be like, where's my prospect at? Let me just join her in mine.
We've actually had.
I could sing her Stolat on her birthday and be like, so ty jeszcze taki dupayash?
So it's funny story. So there was a moon, we had been mining, and my Locust was getting harassed by Mohist, or we call them Moist, but their name is Mohist, but we call them Moist because it's much funnier. And they live in NPC Delve, and they were trying to bother us all night. It was such a waste. But they decided, actually, Horde did this too. They came over in because there were 2 moons in one system we were working on, so we'd already done one, and so we went to the other, and they came in ventures and started mining our other moon. And so like me and me and like 2 other people, Zintage, that's right, Zintage was in a Blops, and me and something else. Us 2 were just chasing them around the system, trying to catch these ventures flying around. And I was like, please, these are my rocks, leave them alone. But no, you probably could start mining with this, and I can't guarantee you wouldn't die, but it would be funny. I might keep you as a pet.
I was about to say, don't say you can keep people as pets. There are furries in chat, just by the way.
I was about to be like, you can't keep me as a pet. I'm a dom, so I don't roll that way. God. Sorry, Dawn.
That doesn't have to mean anything.
Oh, it means a lot. Okay, yes, I do call myself a boy toy to a lot of my girlfriends, but that's a different thing than me being an actual pet.
What I want to know is if this price range is correct or not. Anyways, so, yeah, you could come hang out.
Oh, am I not grandfathered in by, Opus Magnus?
No.
See, no. Dawn, I tried to come hang out, but apparently I'm blacklisted by Googs.
I know. I remember that. I was sad, but, what can you do?
Maybe you shouldn't be such an NC dot.
I mean,
I gotta say, I am friends with a lot of people that are magically somehow blacklisted. I don't know what the fuck is up with that.
Well, it's not really magic. It's the fact that in the first World War
I know. So Sabbat over here is trying to pretend like EVE players get women.
Wait, what? EVE players get women? I have been like, I haven't dated anyone since I started playing EVE. Like, you start playing EVE, you do not get women. I'm sorry.
And then you start a talk show and use your
and that actually was it. Like, I started playing EVE, like 3 months later, my girlfriend and I broke up. Like 6 months later, I started a talk show for EVE. I've been doing that for like a year and a half now. Like, I've basically been like, yeah, hi. Like, my penis means nothing to anyone anymore. Like, it's whatever.
Damn.
I am too nerdy for ladies to understand at this point.
That's not possible. You just have to find the right ladies. Because, some people really appreciate seeing others be excited about something.
I could have one, but she is my boss. So it won't ever work out.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
It doesn't work out in corporate life.
Just a bit. Also, obligatory hiding animal.
But, you gotta play things right. You gotta keep your options open. I mean, not all EVE nerds are that nerdy. I mean, we like to have our fun.
I'm in Vegas or Reykjavik.
I'm still trying to talk Kybernauts Clade to do Kybernaut House for Reykjavik, because there's like 8 of us that want to go to Reykjavik, and I'm like, dude, we just need to get like a multi-person house to rent for a couple days.
If anyone wants to go on a cruise with me, we'll be going to Iceland, and I am going to be going to Reykjavik.
Ooh, Don, I'll join you.
12 days, you just gotta, deal with being with my parents.
I'm sorry, your parents would probably fall in love with me and ask you why you're not marrying me, so
Oh, my mom already asked me, every time I talk about a guy at all, she's like, so, when are you getting married? I'm like, or she'll be like, he's not marriage material. I'm like, oh my God. That's not why he's here.
I got the same thing when from my parents, when I was like, oh, so are you dating her? And I'm like, dude, she's my fucking boss at work. Like, we just really wanted to go to this concert in Detroit. Like we really wanted to go to this concert in Detroit. Like, it was the very first Helung. If you don't know Helung, they're like a tribalistic Viking style, like Iron Age, Bronze Age, like music band. And they're like, my parents were like, "So are you dating her?" I'm like, "No, we actually like both fucking love the fuck out of this band. Like that's the only reason we went
To be fair, that's
together is
how it
because
starts.
like that was like the one lineup of music right there. Like
And yeah, I'm the weird one. I don't care about concerts.
Dawn, you have to remember, like, I'm from a Polish Catholic family, so like, if they're Polish and they're Catholic, it's like you gotta marry them. I'm like, no, because I'm a pagan and I stopped believing in Jeebus when I was like 12, and I just stayed through the bullshit for Catholic bullshit to get the payday of being a confirmed adult into Catholicism. Like,
yeah, my mom still just like anytime I got a guy, she's like, oh, so is he? Are you gonna get married to him? How many kids are you gonna have? I'm like, oh my god, please, mom. And she's finally giving up on some of this idea. Polish and Catholic is pretty common.
it's hardcore Catholics.
Within reason. It depends on the family. My family's was never like super Catholic.
Oh no, you're talking to the dude that has to deal with like my mom has been fucking freaking out about elections in Michigan, and I'm just like, fuck you. Like,
So,
I don't really give a fuck what you have to say because your ideology is complete batshit crazy. Now, okay, the conservative, like hardcore conservative Polish Catholics are just like hardcore conservative Irish Catholics or Italian Catholics. Like, they have zero mind frame about the world around them. Like, that's all I gotta say. Like, those are my parents. They literally do not understand the world around them.
So, quick question. What's the best looking new Navy Dread, and why is it Moros?
I haven't actually.
No, I like the Naglfar.
I haven't actually looked at how they look. I just thought that they were like a skinned version of the regular ship. So, hold on. So, let's do Naglfar.
About to say,
the Nag is
with all the ships.
The Nag is chef's kiss. I
think the Naglfar is an old piece of shit normally, so I can't see how it's gonna get better. Wow, they just made it fatter.
The Phoenix is sexy as fuck. I will give the Phoenix is sexy as fuck.
Every time I see the word Phoenix, I'm like, it's hooked on phonics. You're in the 90s, you know what I mean.
Oh god, all I remember
I
is
never played that game.
Oh, you're so goddamn lucky. I could not speak proper English for so fucking long.
The Phoenix looks like Ender's Game style ship, so that's cool. All right, let's look at the actual hot shit, which would be the Revelation.
Don, you know you understand you are an asshole about Hooked on Phonics, right?
I mean, I never had to play it.
I didn't speak English halfway through kindergarten. And I was born in the United States, but I didn't speak English until halfway through kindergarten.
Everyone's perfect.
Dude, Hooked on Phonics.
There are people who supposedly speak English that don't speak English.
I know. 2 and 2 confuses a lot of Americans.
Okay, so the Revelation looks like literally a normal Revelation, just naturally better. Like the regular Rev is like gold and white, but it's mostly the creamy white, right? And I like this black on it because it gives a lot more style without being gaudy.
It gives it sexy.
I don't like gaudy ships.
It's the main reason I hate Amar is they're like bling bling.
They're not. No, a lot of them are very tasteful, where they have accents of the gold, right? Not
you
the older,
you like gold, don't you?
I like silver. That's why I always put the conded skins on everything. All right, and then what was the last one?
Oh my god. Okay. Sidebar, really quick. Kurama, do you want to know a secret about people who have Polish DNA?
Okay, listen, Nick. Listen.
No. Don, Dawn, 1 second.
Okay.
Kurama, do you want to know the fun thing about Polish people in silver?
What's
They're
that?
so fucking pasty white that gold looks like shit on them, and they all love silver because I love silver, and I've got a lot of silver jewelry.
The Moros looks
Go ahead, Dawn.
ugly. I hate it. I'll never fly it.
All right.
But
What
its
about it?
bonuses are amazing.
But what about its stats?
Yeah, its stats are hot as fuck, but it is ugly. It looks like a shoe. Like a big clog shoe.
Can you yell at Opus and be like, you need a phoenix, not a Moros?
He can get whatever makes him happy. Who cares? But
It's
yes,
so
I have
hard.
I do have the Sovereign Claim skin for my Rorqual, which, if you've never seen it, makes it bright, shiny gold. I wish it was silver, but the gold looks pretty hot.
Is that so?
Dawn, we're Polish, so we have a natural predilection towards silver and amber. If it's got amber in it or it's got silver in it, we're like, oh my god, it looks so hot. I'm so hot right now.
And blues and blacks. But are we done? How much longer do I have to entertain you?
Dawn, you can leave whenever you want. We have gone for like 2.5 hours on this show before.
It's an hour and 6 minutes so far.
Yeah, actually. So I'm still keen. Like I was promised, Don, that you were going to talk about rocks, and
I did talk about rocks.
Okay. Do we want to talk about trig rocks? Like
no,
we can literally talk about rocks.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room of that CCP needs to accept that moving the ores to high sec, low sec, and null sec was stupid, and they need to go back to how it was before.
That needs to happen. I totally agree with you on that one. I miss and I love that mix. Like that, it was total glory.
Like different. What I liked is that they actually did make a good change. I think either this week or they're talking about it. I don't know if it went through yet, but they're making NPC mining fleets mine 99% less than they did before. So they're gonna barely pull anything up because like it only took them like 5 years to figure out that the mining fleets were literally eating systems dead.
Oh yeah. Oh god, the mining bullshit that's gone on since scarcity, and they didn't fix it, and they're like, "Oh, we fixed scarcity." No, you didn't.
No, they didn't fix scarcity. They just were like, "This is as good as it gets."
I miss a lot of it because I lived out of a 0.5 system where you could get that balance of like low sec, high sec, or I do believe they're like, "We fixed it," quote unquote bullshit. Is lazy bullshit, but
well, what was nice is when I first started mining in high sec, I know mining is the most exciting thing to talk about, but you have two miners here, so and Kurama is just letting us talk, which is great. In high sec, though, when I started out, what was really fun for me was finding those random sites of other ores, right? So
that was great.
You'd undock, you're like, okay, let me scout out. And so like I would always fly around like the systems within like 2 or 3 jumps of where I kind of lived. And I'd be like, oh my god, there's a Headbrigade site. I'm going to go mine that with the group. And we would, like me and like maybe 2 of my friends would go mine it. And we would be excited, like, oh yeah, we mined this more expensive ore that would be harder for me to get.
Yep.
And sometimes Arcanor would spawn and it'd be like, oh, right? And it was nice to have those random pockets. I don't think high sec can have those anymore. I think those only happen in low sec with the Nice and the Ochre and the Crocite.
It's very unfortunate that doesn't exist anymore. It actually makes me sad because like that's what I grew up on. I grew up on the random spawns. My EVE career until I went into Pochvin was literally like, I'm a high sec mining care bear. Like, I'm making money to do incursions so I can just stack money on top of money. Like,
and it wasn't even necessarily about like, oh, I want to make a ton of money. It's more of like, oh, look, something that I can't normally get has spawned in a place and it wasn't a ton of it, but it was enough to enjoy yourself, to mine it real quick. If you were by yourself, you could sit there for an hour or two, no problem. If a couple people joined you, maybe it'd be done in an hour. So it wasn't like a game breaking amount of ore, and it was never guaranteed to spawn, but it was nice to have just show up, right? And Lowsec would also have kind of similar stuff where like they would also have random spawns. And we knew that like if we went to Lowsec, we could mine the Jaspit and the Hedbergite and the Hemmerfite normally, but obviously it's more dangerous. So it was nice to kind of like whet the appetite of a high sec miner and get them interested in moving down. Nullsec would get them sometimes, but it'd be like Mercoxid site, and it would be like the worst site that's ever been made, and it'd be like 20 rocks that are like 50 units each, and you're like, what is this? Why is this here? It's fucking worthless. I mean, I agree. Like, I understand why they changed the nullsec stuff, but now nullsec sites are where I have not mined a nullsec mining site in 2 years. An actual asteroid. And I'm like heavily known for mining, and I have not mined an asteroid in nullsec in almost 2 years. That's what they've done to this game. I refuse to go in there.
I'm the same way. Like I haven't mined in nullsec.
I think Sabbat froze.
I will say though, I did kind of miss just chilling with my Rourke, getting on a big rock in nullsec and kind of just chilling, going AFK for like 9 hours, and come back and hey, I have a build.
Well, I never AFK. I'm always there because I'm sitting there with a coveter and moving shit around like crazy, right? So, so now I just do moons when they're available, and that's it. But the thing is, when you make it so that you can't be out daily doing stuff, you remove that ecosystem that I was talking about earlier, where, hey, we're out mining, so PAX X is out here trying to mess with us, which means that the guys in Delve are in their Hecates or Jackdaws trying to catch him. And so you go from like 2 people mining to all of a sudden maybe 8 people interacting in some way, right?
Right.
And that's where if you destroy the grass, you destroy everything.
Oh, you definitely destroy everything. You would destroy the grass.
Like there needs to be something that is easy-ish, fun, and reasonable for the basic player to enjoy. And then it will give the PvPer easy things to attack, and that gives people who like to hunt other people something to like sit by and protect or go hunt around. And it's just like it was, as I said, it was very encouraging to see that this week. So even though I was really annoyed that he just wouldn't fucking go away, I did kill him though. I warped my pilgrim onto him and tackled him with like 3 points, and we did kill him in his caracal, but it was still just like, God, fucking just go away.
But did it feel good to kill him?
Well, he had killed a coveter, so I was a little sad about that.
Oh.
But I wasn't gonna panic for a coveter. I have a limit of what I'll panic for. So
Dawn panics when it's her rogue.
You know what? My Rorquals have been actually.
I think Dawn cut out.
Yes. Dawn spilled a shit ton of booze all over her computer, and it's not working anymore. Compared to my foot touching my surge protector and completely just cutting out my computer. You know, that didn't happen. That totally didn't happen while I disappeared for, a few minutes.
It's fine, don't worry. I've done so many dumb things for the show.
When my feet wander underneath my desk and I just I'm like, oh, there's something to put my foot on under the desk. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, I just lost connectivity because I basically unplugged my computer. Now I get it. If you want to, Kuruma, I don't know how long you want to this show to run for, but if you want to, we are doing a show this weekend, which is going to be a rundown of the ungodly fucking long patch notes that came through for this week's patch notes. If you want to join us,
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I mean, you already were invited. I'll give you semi-regular guest status, but I think this Sunday we're gonna run down some down some shit, and apparently I've been told, Sabbat side stories need to happen on Saturday nights, so I'll probably be fucking wasted for the side story kind of Eve podcasting going on just for the shits and giggles Saturday night.
Sounds fun.
But yeah, no, we're actually gonna go in depth on the whole shit show of what's been approved and what hasn't been approved. What's in the patch notes, what isn't, what we want to be in the patch notes. I'm not gonna go into hacks because hacks just got their balls snipped off, but we're gonna go into a lot of it if you want to join us.
So the interesting thing about hacks is actually on a previous episode of War About Wednesday, which I'm yet to upload to YouTube, by the way. Follow my YouTube at youtube.com/at Kurama Wolf. Kurama Wolf. Yeah. I need to get like the panels set up on my stream to make it much better.
Dude, if you have seen how I approached EVE Online streaming, you'll make fun of me and you'll be like, yeah, you're just another TIS knockoff. Because I'm lazy and I have people drop in and out of comms all the time because of lost connection. So I'm lazy because I don't want to deal with that bullshit. And I get where you're coming from. Like, it is hard. It's not a straightforward thing. With like,
bitch.
oh god damn, Dawn's back and she's gonna call me a little bitch.
No, computer's a bitch.
I'm not gonna call people out who use Discord's full screen menu as their, hey, this is how we show the show, because that's how I do it. I'm lazy as fuck.
You should not do that. It doesn't look as good.
Oh.
It's not hard. You just take a screenshot in game. There you go. People don't want to
when people disappear from Discord and you're using their Discord streaming, like if you were to show me on your stream, they'd be like, oh my god, it's Sabbat. Whereas like on my show, I'm just like, dude, I'm so fucking used to people cutting in and out, dropping comms, coming back 5 minutes later. Dude, don't even fucking worry about it. Like, it is not worth the stress of like, oh, someone disappeared from Discord and everyone's names just got jumbled up because I was pulling the screen off of Discord. Don't even worry about it, dude. Dude, I support you, Kuruma. Like, dude, like, hopping on that last weekend and today, like last week and this week, like, dude, it's been about a lot of fun. Like, you're not stopping me. You're not being like, you're a fucking crazy triangle. And for those of you that actually see our Discord, I'm a crazy triangle.
Nobody sees our Discord. It's So basically, the show is an overlay, and it just has our names.
Yeah. No, I know. I get that, but like, I'm a crazy triangle, so I get it.
I mean, I've had fans of mine on my show before. You're fine.
I've had very special people on my show before, like
So you're about to say Zenuria.
yes, no, not Zenuria, Zerma's Plague.
Also, hey, Bloodlines, how you doing? Well, welcome to the show.
My computer is...
Hi, Dawn.
I'll never get back. My internet's like meh. Sometimes it does this where it just goes out for like 10 minutes. But anyways, I have to go. So thank you for having me on. Thank you for having me on, Kurama.
Yeah, anytime.
Dawn, I give you the salute. You still have special, awesome guest status, right, on my show?
Yes.
If you want to join the giant fucking talk, okay, so I will have my retard talk this Saturday.
You can't say that on Twitch. You can't say that word on Twitch. You know that.
Okay, my special mental status talk Saturday, which is where I go crazy. And then Sunday, if you want, you can chat with Opus Magnus, and then we can maybe hook you up with mining status in home systems.
We'll talk.
If you want to join in, that's all I'm saying. Kurama, I will give you status on my podcast because you're fun for reminding me that this shit's going on.
Yeah, I'm moving up in the world.
You are moving. You reminded me 45 minutes before the show started that there was a show going on tonight, and I was like, "Oh fuck, there's a show going on tonight." But between Dawn and Kurama, like, dude, just let me know. Like, I got my show this Sunday going on. Saturday, I'll have my special show, quote unquote, where it's just me talking shit. But Sunday, we'll have like the full show that goes out on podcasts. You guys want to join me? Come on ahead. Well, we've got a lot to unpack from the new patch notes that came out on Tuesday. So I'd love to hear you guys' opinions from different sides of the nullsec bullshit circle that I hate. And it'd be great. But otherwise, Dawn, no offense to Kuruma, Dawn wins out of the day because she's got a lot of bit of Polish in her.
I mean, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Can Danny come? Because Danny is right next to me, asking if he can come to the show too. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. If Danny's showing up to a show, you're gonna have Triggy Triglov show up to the show, and he's going to just drown Danny Dronelands out and be like, "Okay, test." I'm sorry, Danny Dronelands is like, eh.
All right.
You have to work on it a little bit.
Well,
all right, Dawn.
Out. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for having me, Kurama. Thanks for hanging out, Sabbat.
Dawn.
No problem.
What?
Love you. Drag me into Theta Thursday again.
Okay. Will do. Have a good night.
Have a good
Later,
one,
guys.
And with that, that about wraps up our show.
Yeah,
Thanks so much for watching.
Remember, always watch Kurama X on the naughty Warp Out Wednesdays.
Anyway, that's our show. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to always bubble wrap your keep stars. And we'll see you next time. Stick around. We're going to go and raid another Eve streamer. I promise I'm not going to raid a non-Eve person again. Although I did ask if you guys wanted to get raided to them, and nobody responded. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the show. Remember again, always bubble wrap those keep stars. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bubble that Kuruma.
No.
Oh, I want to bubble wrap you though.